you are one of the first surfers to come on Imua Moms who's not yet a mother, but it is so powerful because I think you actually have one of the best perspectives of this whole thing. Like, out of all the pros that I've been interviewing, I kind of feel like you have this unique look at professional surfing, motherhood, and everything. So, if you want to introduce yourself, tell us about what you're doing, your most amazing recent accomplishments, and we'll dive right in.
Thank you. My name is Ella McCaffray. I'm a 22-year-old professional surfer from Encinitas, California, and I just qualified for the 2026 WSL Challenger Series.
It's amazing. I was like literally like like my nails are gone because I was actually watching the whole time. Like, is it on? Is it on?
Me too. I was like trying so hard not to do the math and like not think about scenarios or anything. And I had a bunch of people in my house that were like wanting to do the math. I was like, don't tell me anything unless I've qualified. And
That's right.
so they kept
That's
it to themselves. And then when I made my round of 16 heat, they were like, "Congrats, you made it. We did the math."
getting goosebumps. I can't
Yeah,
imagine. I
it
know
was
when I saw that, I was like so proud of you. I was just like, yeah. I was totally cheering for you. I always, and then the whole entire I'm so excited to watch the series because I'm gonna be like, let's go. You're
Thank you.
gonna do it, girl, but no pressure, just have fun.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna enjoy the trips outside of competing.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I just have a few questions and I just want to thank you for coming on and being so brave because it's definitely not a popular thing to talk about, but actually now it's starting to become a popular thing to talk about. And when you answer these questions, even though there's like these recent turn of events that there's a maternity wild card now, which is
Yeah, did you know they were working on that?
kind of. I kind of knew, but I didn't know. Like I heard whispers and people are like, "Oh, are you in on this?" And I'm like, "No, I have nothing to do with it." Like I've had a lot of conversations and I actually wrote about it a year ago. I suggested like, why aren't there specialty slots for moms like professional surfers? But I never like went to them and was like, "Hey, you guys should make a wild card." That was completely their thing. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really know about it, but that's a huge thing, and I've been fighting for that for 5 years. So I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty radical. Like when you sent that to me, it was the first I saw it. I didn't even see it until you sent it to me. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, like our electricity's been off for days, and I don't even know how long that was out. But then I got that, and I was like, wow. So
Yeah,
this it's that's pretty special, especially for you and the future of all women surfing. Like I think that's amazing. Um, but with let's like rewind and pretend that you don't know about any of that yet, and like
okay.
answer these questions like from that perspective of like like when we talked the first time and this
Yeah.
recording didn't go well.
Okay.
Okay, so when you become a mother one day, even if that's really far off, do you feel that surfing would expand for you or contract, like based on what you've seen in the past?
Based on what I've seen in the past, I feel like it would limit opportunity. I feel like women have to take a lot of time off to properly care for their kids and their body during that time. And I feel like the industry isn't super supportive of women and that time in their lives. So I feel like that would definitely hold women back in a sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like that's kind of how I felt about it. Like if I think back about it, that's why I started Emo Moms, but because before that, before becoming a mom, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna just be done. Like I'm not gonna, my body's gonna be like completely done with. I'm gonna get fat and people aren't gonna be interested in me." But that was just like a bad narrative that was painted for me for some reason, and I don't know where that came from, but it's definitely something that's completely false. Completely false, but you'll see. One day when you become a mom, you're like, holy crap, man, I can like climb Mount Everest now.
Yeah, I
But
feel like there'll be a lot more opportunity.
Absolutely, for sure. And that's why like I'm so passionate about having these conversations, especially with someone like you because you're the future of surfing. Like I really believe that there will be world titles in your name and this conversation will inspire not only your future self but all the little girls around you who think like it's not possible, you know? But okay, so in this season of your life, how do you see the relationship between surfing and motherhood? Um, like, let's just say, do you think like you would have to pick, like, I can't be a mom and I cannot be a surfer? Like, do you feel at any point coming up as a child that you were like, oh, I don't know, maybe motherhood's not for me because I want to be a professional surfer? Or did you think like, I can do both. We'll figure it out.
As a teenager, I definitely thought it was one or the other. Like, once you reach that point in your life, you have to pick like career or motherhood. I feel like recently some of the professional female surfers are changing that narrative though. Like Tati and Carissa and Joanne have all had kids and they all intend to come back to competing on the world tour. And I think that's really inspiring for my generation and then the next generation. So I think they're leading the way and it's going to be a good change.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Like the change that's ahead of us is it's inspiring for sure. Like I think, seeing the women become because I think the last professional surfer I really knew about was Lisa Anderson, and she still became a world champion as a mother, and I don't think many people really know that story.
I actually didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, she
I feel like
became a mom, and she's
I have no idea.
yeah, I know. There's so much history that like digging through all of this, I like nerded out and I found out so much stuff and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can go down like a rabbit hole, which I don't suggest. I don't suggest you do that. But okay, so have you ever seen a mom in the lineup and thought like that's the future of surfing, or does it still feel like a pretty rare and unknown field? Like I know that when I was pregnant, people would look at me and they were like really tripping out, like, oh, this fat chick with a belly, she's pregnant. Why is she surfing? Like, what? Like, do you think that you've been around a lot of moms who surf or just kind of rare?
Like pregnant women or like moms in the lineup with their kids or like just women in the lineup who have had kids? What do you mean?
I guess, yeah, that's pretty vague. I guess maybe not pregnant women, but just women who are out there and they're so hungry, like they're not just out there just to like float around or whatever. Like not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like is that something that you thought could be a future, or do you think that was like not really something about surfing sports that would mesh well?
Honestly, I haven't really put a lot of thought into that. I think most of the time when I see women in the water, obviously men outnumber women in the water
Yeah.
by a huge number. But when I see women in the water, I don't really wonder if they're moms or not. I guess my assumption would probably be that they're not, just because it's not something I've heard a lot of surfing. But I think it's likely that a lot of the women I see in the water are moms.
Isn't that crazy when you think about that? Like, I remember being out in the water and like seeing some of Imua's friends because I'll see them at the skate park and they'll be like, "Aren't you Imua's mom?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You surf like this?" And I'm like, "What in the world?" You know? It's so funny. But it kind of like made me think like, wow, people don't really think about that, like how moms are like still ripping out there, you know?
Yeah.
But what would it mean to you, Imua? My son always has to interrupt me. Always. Please don't interrupt me. Yeah, go this way. Daddy will grab it in a minute. What would it mean to you, if at all, to see mothers in surfing who are sponsored as a mother? Like, there's some sponsorships where, girls are sponsored because they look really good in a bikini. There's some for this, there's some for that, but one that's designed specifically for motherhood, like what do you think that would mean for you and for surfing?
I think women's surfing is progressing really quickly right now at all levels. And I think that would be another major progression for the sport of women's surfing. I think if women knew they would have that support to choose that time in their life and to prioritize that, I think it would make that transition a lot more comfortable and, like, I think it would inspire a lot more professional athletes that are interested in having a family to take that step and have a family while doing what they love.
Yeah. And it would probably make like for you in your future, like something that, like maybe you do want it, maybe you don't, but it's not something that you're like, oh my God, like this is the end all for me. Like there can't be, I have to choose, like you said. But like I always just wonder, like, do a lot of these women, in conversations I had with them, they're like, I'm not really, I'm kind of scared to talk about maternity, like, because the surf industry is like really not about it. And I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. Like, do you think that surfing kind of has ignored that whole thing, or do you think it's just kind of like something that it just hasn't come up yet?
I feel like it's a part of surfing because it's a part of life, but I feel like it's a part of life the surf industry chooses not to address. Like, it's sort of like competitive surfing focuses on, like, younger and younger and younger athletes, and it's sort of like for women, once you reach that point in your life, I feel like brands and competitions sort of look over that, like, over that, and will, like, look for the next best thing instead of supporting women at that point in their life. So if there was support for that, I feel like that would be a huge change and progression in
Yeah.
women's surf.
Totally. One of the things I'm working on right now is like I documented my pregnancy in the past 5 years. I made something called the Surfing Mother's Blueprint, and it basically like from start to finish, like from the beginning of my pregnancy until I got back in the water, I documented the whole journey and like what's possible for women, especially somebody like yourself who it's going to be far off and you can read it and you're like, whoa, I never knew these things about my body, like what I'm capable of. And I kind of feel like if that starts to like circulate, and what I'm seeing is that people are like, I just thought that it was done and laying on your stomach as a pregnant woman would be, over. But for me, it was about mental health, and like for you it's about your mental health of being a professional surfer and still being able to win world titles and still being able to be a mommy, like if you choose to be, because it's definitely not like a limiting thing. And I think I told you the last time we talked, like wait until your body comes back and you're like better than ever. You're gonna be like, what the heck? It's like, why didn't anyone tell me? you know
Yeah. Can I
yeah.
ask how many months in you were able to paddle?
I paddle. Okay, so for my son, I was pregnant. The whole way I got to surf until about 8 months, and then I had to knee paddle on a longboard. But
What?
I went into labor. I stepped off the board surfing V-land, and I stepped off onto the sand, and I went into labor. I was like, I need to
That's
go.
incredible. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, I literally thought it was the coolest thing in the world to have a baby in my belly. And when I surfed, my son was like, "Whoa!" and he loved it. It was so cool. It was rad. And
That's
yeah,
it's so
there's
that you can feel that.
yeah,
Like
it's
you knew he was enjoying it.
Yeah. I remember one time I was surfing like Makaha, and it was kind of big, and I took off on a wave and I thought I burned somebody because I felt like almost like somebody touching me. And it was the
Uh-huh.
first time I had felt a baby kick because he was so excited inside of me. And I was like, oh my God. And people were like, what
He's
were you?
gonna be a surfer.
Yeah, I was like, I burned someone. And I looked behind and there's no one there. And everyone's like, what were you doing on that wave? And I'm like, dude, I just felt my son kick for the first time ever. It was so cool. Imua, play
That's
stop.
amazing.
Yeah, I just it was special. I want to send you my blueprint just so you can like check it
Yeah,
out.
please do. I would be interested in reading that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then I have like one more question for you. Like, do you think, and this is like a weird question, but it was something that I am like genuinely curious about, but do you think like in your mind that once you become a mom or have a baby, like your body's like less sexy and you're less appealing, and somehow we base our worth as surfers on that? Like, I'm not as hot anymore. like I'm not going to fit into the surf industry as well. Like, does does that have some kind of like mental effect on you?
Absolutely, I definitely feel that. I have heard, seen that becoming a mother changes your body, and I feel like as a female surfer, looks are very, very important.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy contrast, but I'm telling you, that's bull. That's complete bull. Like it's you become better, and if you start working and stay fit and active, dude, like your body can be better than ever. Like like physically, spiritually, like sexiness. Like I actually think women are more beautiful after they have kids because they like put the time into taking care of themselves, and it's really hard, but all the stuff is wrong. All that stuff is wrong, and I'm hoping that the surf industry will stop like, of course, women are beautiful and they're sexy, and like in surfing and bikinis, those are things like that are important, but it's also important to like continue that conversation like into motherhood
Mhm.
and not be afraid of it, like fear it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had to work harder to feel good about yourself after, like, having kids and feel, like, comfortable in your own skin?
Yeah. I was just afraid that it was over for me. Like I really had no idea. And I was like, I didn't get really big. I only gained like 30 pounds, 30, 40 pounds, but I definitely thought like, wow, I'm definitely going to be a lot grosser in my bikini and like, like I don't know. It was a really weird thing unexplored, and I was scared. I was scared, like, it's really important. My body image has always given me issues, like I need to be hot or this and it's really not healthy thinking, but sometimes I would base my worth on how I looked. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's
so then
where
this
the surf industry is right now.
100%, and I was just like, wow, like, and I felt that after I gave birth, like opportunities that were normally presented to me were not there anymore. And yeah, and that's what it pissed me off. I was like, why would you treat someone like this? Like we're pushing humanity forward
Yeah.
and you make us feel like we have to be sexy to be supported? It's
Yeah.
crazy. But I don't know. It's just one of those things like I'm asking these questions because I think, I don't want to take credit for anything that's happening with like the wild card and everything, but the conversations that I've been having have been like literally picking this apart, like piece by piece, to where like I know people are listening and watching, but like yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. There's an evolution, and I'm not saying it's because of me, but every time we ask these uncomfortable questions or have these kind of conversations, there's somebody out there watching and they're like, "Oh yeah, like, this is like you can't avoid it for so long. Like you're not going to deny Carissa Moore of being on tour or Joanna DeFay or Tatiana Weston Webb. Like you're not going to deny them. So you better figure out a way
Yeah.
to incorporate them. And then there's women like you coming up who might not choose to be mommies for a very long time, but by the time you get there, you're going to have like a full contract that says, Ella, when you get pregnant, we're going to support you, we're going to pay you, and then we're going to bring you back on. Like you're going to sign this $1 million contract and we're going to give you more when you become a mommy.
That would be amazing, and it would be, like, so much more comforting and reassuring to know that that, like, pathway has been paved by women like you and Carissa and Tati and Joanne who are, like, just changing.
You gotta hope, like for my daughter, my son who is currently crying. Um, you got to try to change the way because I always have this like mindset that if I'm not helping heal the problem, then I'm a part of making it worse. So it's like even if all these conversations lead to nothing, like I'm so happy to have them because it opens up people's minds, and like maybe knowing that you're going to be supported in the future will make you even more lethal, which if you get more lethal, you're going to be like no one's going to stop you. Like you are one of my favorite surfers in the way you surf and your backside. And oh my God, that last post you put on about getting barreled and then you came out and you're like, love. I was like, oh.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you are in oh, you are incredible. The other thing about being a mommy that nobody ever told me is that the amount of times that you'd be interrupted is impeccable. But it makes like this absolute amazing I don't know what you would call it. You would call it like patience. Patience and focus. You say hi
love.
to you're gonna be watching her one day being like, oh my God. Oh,
Hello.
oh, Shaden says hi.
Good job. Keep ripping.
Thank you.
Yeah. When you come out to Hawaii, let us know. We're building Imua. Babe, turn the light off for him. We're building a gym and we have extra space and we would love to go surf with you.
Rad. Thank you so much. I'll definitely let you know. I'll
Yeah.
probably be there next winter, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming on and being a part of this because it says a lot about all your bravery and how powerful you are. And I love one thing about you is that you don't seem to really care what other people think about you. Like you're just gonna do your thing and be lethal. And I love that about you.
Thank you. And it's like really nice to be able to talk about this with you because it's definitely something I've thought about, but they're not really questions you can ask
Yeah.
because like not really anyone to ask. And it seems like the surf industry is very set on how it feels about like females' careers and motherhood. So it's nice to hear it from you. Thank you.
So happy. I love doing this work. It's like I've even given up. I used to be like a professional artist and I gave all of it up for a couple of years just so I could do this because I feel so called to do this work becoming a mom. Like I didn't have a mom, so when I entered motherhood, I was just like 5 years of all these like magical experiences that no one ever told me about. And then when I looked for help with surfing, it was like nothing. People are like, "Yeah, I have great advice for you for surfing pregnant. Don't do it." And I was just like, "What? No." So that's
You're
why I
like,
was
that's not an option.
yeah, I was like, okay, well, I understand like safety, but my intuition like led me through this journey, and I just have to share it with girls like you because everything that we've been taught is, I don't want to say wrong, but I just want to show a different side of it because not everyone's experience is going to be the same, but there is an absolute power in like maternal uh athleticism. I don't know, and you're gonna just but that's a long time from now. After you win a couple world titles, then you can go and do that. But when it happens, the world's going to be ready for you and welcome you and pay you even more.
Thank you. That would be amazing.
And I'm always here if you ever have questions or you want to talk about anything. I'm always here for you and I will be cheering you on. My whole house will be cheering you on. Shaden said he's going to be cheering you on. He's
Thank you guys.
yeah, he's a fan of you too. He's some
Coffee?
coffee. Awesome. Oh, well, I hope you have the rest of your day filled with baking and doing things with your family.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like super hot and sunny here. It's like
Oh,
we've
wow.
had summer for the past couple weeks.
You guys are
Just
scoring waves right now, right?
yeah, I surfed twice this morning. Like it's been really fun.
Oh my God, I would love to surf with you. When you come to Hawaii, like even if you need a place to stay, like I said, we have plenty of room, but I would just love to go surfing with you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll let you know. And if you guys come out to Cali, let me know.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to ask you one more thing. Sorry, I know I'm jumping around, but
No worries.
I noticed that you're sponsored by um Body Glove. And I know that Tati is sponsored by Body Glove too. Do you think ever in the future like you would pioneer with them or do they seem like a type of brand that would like be open to pioneering that space with you guys in the future or does it seem like something you're scared to talk about?
I think they would be. They make clothes and life jackets and wetsuits for toddlers and babies and like little kids. I feel like they're already kind of in that space. So I feel like if it were an opportunity, they would be able to get participated,
Yeah,
hopefully.
that's awesome. Well, I'm gonna keep hoping for all this and working on it. So while you're winning world titles, I'm making contracts that have your clause in it for you.
Thank you. Thank you for your hard work.
Yes, and Gigi says she's gonna be cheering for you. Can you blow?
Thank
Here,
you.
say hi, Ella. She just woke up. She's all right. Well, you have a great day, and we'll be watching you. When's your next contest?
Not until the end of April, the Jax Pro.
Ja, okay. Oh, at home. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, at home. Okay, well, I'll be watching.
Thank you. Thanks for the
Okay.
support.
Yes, you're amazing, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Careful.
Okay, there we go.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
There we go.